On today's edition of Anatomy and Stuff, we will be looking at the muscles in your arm, more specifically the muscles when you punch.
Imagine this. You're off on your normal routine of attending your boxing class in the morning, and after warming up, you set yourself up and you begin punching the punching bag.
But wait, you stop yourself and you ask yourself, what muscles am I using? How are they individually assisting me with the punches? How are they working together to allow me to punch so hard? Am I only using the muscles in my arm, or are there other muscles contributing to this?
Now before your brain explodes from all these questions and curiosity, stop! That's why we're here.
Today we're going to go over all of that, so next time you're about to take a punch, you know exactly what is going on.
But first, let's see a boxer in action as she shows us a couple of jabs.
Wow, that was intense. I'd be scared to fight with her.
I agree. Now let's not waste any more time and let's get into seeing how these muscles work.
Assisting the rotator cuff, we have the trapezius, which rotates the scapula, and the latissimus dorsi, which extends the shoulder.
Under the deltoid, we have the rotator cuff, which consists of the teres minor, which laterally rotates the shoulder, the infraspinatus, which also laterally rotates the shoulder, and the supraspinatus, which abducts the shoulder. Although the subscapularis is part of the rotator cuff, it does not assist in the straight punch.
Muscles of the arm and the forearm involved in a straight punch include the medial head of the triceps brachii, which extends the forearm at the elbow, the long head of the triceps brachii, which extends the arm at the shoulder and the forearm at the elbow, the lateral head of the triceps brachii, which extends the forearm at the elbow, and the aconius, which also extends the forearm at the elbow.
The muscles involved when you clench your fist for a straight punch include the palmaris longus, which tenses the palmar aponeurosis in your hand, the flexor digitorum superficialis, which flexes at the proximal interphalangeal, metacarpophalangeal, and wrist joints, and also the flexor digitorum profundus, which flexes at the distal interphalangeal joints and to a lesser degree proximal interphalangeal joint and wrist. Also located in the forearm is the flexor pollicis longus, which flexes the joints of the thumb, while in the hand are the flexor pollicis brevis, which flexes and adducts the thumb,
the adductor pollicis, which adducts the thumb, and the opponens digiti minimi, which flexes at the metacarpophalangeal joints and brings digit 5 into opposition with the thumb.
the lumbrical, which flexes at the metacarpophalangeal joints 2, 3, 4, 5, and deep to it is the palmar interosus, which adducts at the metacarpophalangeal joints 2, 4, 5, and flexes metacarpophalangeal joints.
The muscles you use as you bring your arm back from a straight punch are the teres minor, which adducts the shoulder, the rhomboids, which adducts and performs downward rotation of the scapula, the pectoralis major, which flexes, adducts, and medially rotates at the shoulder, and the coracobrachialis, which adducts and flexes the shoulder. The biceps brachii, which flexes the arm at the shoulder and the forearm at the elbow, the brachialis, which flexes the forearm at the elbow, the brachioradialis, which flexes the forearm at the elbow, and the pronator teres, which pronates the forearm and hand by medially rotating the radius at the radial ulnar joints and flexing at the elbow.
The brachial plexus originates from the last 4 cervical vertebrae spinal nerves C5 through C8, along with the first thoracic vertebrae T1. It is responsible for most of the nerve supply in the shoulders and the upper limbs. The brachial plexus gives origin to 5 nerves: the axillary nerve, which supplies the deltoid and teres minor muscles, the musculocutaneous nerve for anterior arm muscle innervation, the radial nerve, which innervates the posterior muscles of the arm and forearm, the medium nerve, which supplies 6.5 out of the 8 anterior forearm muscles, along with a few of our hand muscles, and finally the ulnar nerve for innervation of most of the hand muscles and the remaining 1.5 muscles of the forearm.
Wow. Okay, well that was a lot of information.
Just take a second, stop, breathe, and let everything digest.
Now that you have learned all of this, next time you hit the boxing ring, you will not have to worry about what muscles you are using because now you have been informed.